All right, guys. So this is Disney panicking as Star Wars fan film goes viral. I mean, I think the first one went viral too, but this is the what's called the Disney reaction, I guess, to the fan film. Can they even do anything like that? Can they even? They can't claim any copyrights through this though, right? Shout out there by Lenny. Shout out there by the Vatican. If you're not part of Lenny, it's gonna be linked in the description in the Discord. Appreciate y'all checking out this video. Like I said, we want to start doing more Star Wars stuff like that. Like I said, I still got to react to I still have to post the Old Republic trailers, reactions, and stuff like that. I have like two or three of them in the vault, and then we're gonna post this one too. But like I said, shout out to all you guys who've been supporting the channel and everything like that. The live channel, we back here to really do more reactions and stuff like that. So if y'all want me to react to anything, let me know in the comment section or let me know on my Discord. But let's get straight to this.
Vader, with no studio backing, just built something a billion-dollar company
Marvelous.
hasn't managed in over a decade of trying. Star Wars Theory's second Vader fan film, Vader Episode 2 Echoes of the Jedi, went live, and within days, fans weren't just praising it, they were comparing it directly to Disney's official Star Wars productions.
Bro, and this is what I'm saying. What I mean, people could sit here and it's be one person, which I mean, like I said, Star Wars Theories is the one guy that's, pushing and having the ideas behind it. But the whole team that pushed him through and helped to animate it and everything like that to deliver the story. It's the fact that they are not trying to push a story for Vader. Like, it's so crazy. Like, they have it in their hands. Disney has everything in their hands, bro. They could push the Darth Maul, the story along with Maul, but like, bro, everyone wants the Vader, bro. Everyone wants the first year, the second year, the Inquisitor training. Everyone wants to see that, bro. I don't know what they got going on or why they don't want to push more for that, but I don't know what they're waiting on. I mean, they're pushing for the Avengers stuff right now, but Disney has so much titles and franchises that they bought. It's like if you wasn't ready to take in the fan base and the people that wants to have it be in its direction, where it's like a big old group of us that want it to go that direction, it's just, why did you buy it in the first place? You're going to let it stall out, and then you're dropping all these shows, just like how they do with the Marvel. You got Marvel, and you dropping all these shows that no one care about. Really, like, I really like Ahsoka is a good show. Mandalorian is a good show. Darth Maul is a good show. I think what's the other one, like Andor or something like that? Is that a show? I can't remember, but there's a lot of shows that people are just they're dropping shows when they could just make actual show about what started the whole empire. What had the Vader and everything his first year.
Because of budget, cast, or studio resources, but because of one specific creative choice that drove every frame of the film. A choice about when in the timeline to set the story, and what that timing would force the character to become. The choice begins 8 months after Mustafar.
8 months,
a version of Vader that no one, not the movies, not the shows, not even most of the books, has ever really explored at this level of detail. Vader on screen looks confident. He's adapted to the suit, moves without hesitation, and carries himself like the weapon the Emperor built him to be. The film sets the story on Naboo, within walking distance of Padme's tomb, and includes a brief Force vision at the tomb itself. It's a creative choice that gives the audience an emotional frame most Vader stories skip entirely, even if the film doesn't build on it much beyond that single moment. But getting to that moment at all took nearly a decade. According to Niatu's Dadbay, better known as Star Wars Theory, the project started on a phone camera back in 2016. In his breakdown on the Star Wars Theory Plus channel, Toos described contacting Lucasfilm's fan relations department a year later. He spoke to someone he described as fairly senior and asked whether he can monetize the film or use crowdfunding to cover production costs. Lucasfilm's answer was clear: no to both. If he wanted to build it, every dollar would have to come from him. Despite that, he self-funded the first film, Vader Episode 1, at just under $200,000. Dadbay has described...
I mean, $200,000 for the first one, and I think the first one was longer than the second one, if I'm not mistaken. The first one, you could tell, like, from back then, because this was, like, an 8-year project, I think, from the first one to the second one. He honestly did a good job with the second one, too. But, like I said, the first one was actually a good one, too, when he was talking about Vader's confliction when it comes to him and Palpatine.
Paying for it through YouTube ad revenue and selling replica lightsabers on the side. A production budget assembled entirely outside any studio system. In his breakdown, the creator framed his response to Lucasfilm's terms as stubborn commitment. Once he was told he would have to do it alone, he committed to doing exactly that. The original plan for Episode 2 was live action. Toos had pulled together a full team and was moving forward with production when COVID shut everything down. The pandemic didn't just delay the project, it scattered the crew he had assembled for the sequel. In his own words, during the breakdown, the setback forced him to look at other options entirely. By what he has described as fortunate timing, it pushed the project towards full digital animation, a direction he now considers a better outcome than the original plan. What could have killed a project turned out to reshape it entirely. Going fully digital turned out to be a creative advantage rather than just a backup plan. The camera could now go anywhere without worrying about actors, physical blocking, or set limitations. The scope could expand well beyond what a practical budget would have allowed. Scenes that would have required enormous location builds or complex stunt coordination in live action became possible in a digital environment, including the large-scale Jedi confrontation that would eventually become the film's most talked-about sequence. Before committing fully to the format, Jedi put out a shorter animated test featuring Mace Windu's.
This was the cleanest shot. When I seen this, the trailer for this, I think it was the trailer for the second one. Bro, when I seen this, I said, bro, he's going to incorporate and bring back Mace Windu into the second one. I was just like, that's a fight that's gonna be insane. The vape head, and then he's sitting there fighting against Vader. His 8 months after Mustafar, he just lost Padme. That he's conflicted. Mace Windu need his get back, and wondering why the Jedi fell and what Anakin has done with Palpatine. And he gonna be moving. Like I said, he said there's gonna be a only 3 episodes and gonna turn into an hour-long movie for the Star Wars Theory. Shout out to him. I don't know, like, bro, like, he feeding us. He's feeding us after years of trying to wonder what the hell is going on with, like, Vader, and they just only showing him for, like, little cut scenes and showing him glimpses of Vader's, you know, they mentioned him in the storylines of the shows and everything, bro. Like, bro, can we get a show, Inquisitor show? I'll watch the Inquisitor show, dead ass. I watched the Maul one. Nothing against the Jedi or nothing, but like Kenobi lit, but like he the only one that's cooking. Kenobi the only one cooking. And Ahsoka, that's fine. But like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to learn some more of the dark side, bro. Let's get a Darth Nihilus, Darth Raven. Let me get a Malgus up in there. Let me get a Malgus show. Let me get a Malgus. The first one to put a respirator on as a Darth, a Sith. You feel me? I'm trying to get to. Come on, let's get to the Old Republic.
Return, partly to gauge whether the audience would accept the visual style, and partly to evaluate the results himself. The response was encouraging enough to move forward with the full production. Tooze has also been open about his creative influences. He cited George Lucas as a primary reference, along with Frank Miller and the visual approach of Sin City. He described aiming for a stylized cinematic look where you could pause any frame and it would hold up as a still image. Something worth hanging on a wall. The goal wasn't photorealism. It was a specific visual style sitting between concept art and cinema. Episode 2's final budget landed at roughly $650,000. During his breakdown, the creator did the math on camera, dividing that number by what he estimated as around 22 minutes of finished runtime. The figure came out to approximately $30,000 per finished minute. It's worth noting that the 22-minute figure was his own rough calculation in the moment, not necessarily the confirmed final runtime. Regardless, the cost per minute puts the project closer to independent film territory than a typical YouTube upload. As Dadbay noted during the breakdown, at that price per minute, every scene had to earn its place. Filler wasn't something the budget could absorb. If you want to see more videos like this one, a quick subscribe means you will always be the first to know. With the production story behind him, the finished film delivered one sequence that both reviewers kept coming back to. In the fan film, before reaching the Jedi, walking alone through the palace corridors, Vader passes the bodies of troopers already dead. The torches ahead go out on their own. Fire spreads with no clear source. In the distance, a thin column of white light stands where a figure would be, then disappears. Vader dismisses it as a Jedi trick and keeps walking. He soon confronts a group of Jedi survivors on Naboo, and the extended fight that follows becomes the centerpiece of nearly every reaction. What makes the sequence stand out isn't the action by itself, it's how the character approaches the entire confrontation, beat by beat, with a level of tactical thinking that changes the meaning of the scene. Vader doesn't charge in, he goes back, studying the group of Jedi before engaging at all. When the 501st troopers arrive and open fire, The Jedi deflect their shots easily, but Vader still holds back,
Just aura
profiling
forming.
every fighter in the room before making a single move. When the character finally acts, he doesn't
Calculations.
reach for his lightsaber first. He uses the Force to rip a grenade from one of his own hostage troopers and detonates it on top of the Jedi, killing 3 of his men along with 3 of theirs. Then he starts clearing the weakest fighters, throwing the younger Jedi aside while focusing
Broke
on the
her
most
back.
volatile member of the
Crunch
group,
wrapped her
a
shit.
fighter named Vyro. Rather
Vyro.
than engaging Vyro head-on, he baits him. He provokes the young Jedi's anger, even referencing the younglings he killed, until Vyro breaks formation and rushes at Vader alone. Separated from his group, Vyro's skill no longer matters. Vader stops him cold with the Force and pushes him back. From there, the sequence shows something no other Vader story has put on screen. Vader deliberately isolates Vyro from his master, Kaldan. When Kaldan rushes in to protect
the only person that can
student,
stop him is
Vader
Padme,
uses
bro.
the Force.
Like if Padme was to show up in Naboo here, I think that's the only one that could have stopped him in this whole entire hunt for the Jedi or whatever. Like turn him back to Palpatine and face off against him. That's the only person I think that could do it, because that could stop Vader. Yeah, bro. It will have to be her ghost or
to
something.
Grab Vyro's own lightsaber and stabs Kaldan with
Fry
it,
this
killing
shit.
the master in front of his apprentice. What the scene suggests is cruelty with a purpose, not chaos. Vader spent years training under Obi-Wan Kenobi. He understands the master-Padawan bond from the inside, and the film shows him using that knowledge to tear it apart. Even as Vader breaks apart Vyro and Kaldan's bond, he is still tracking everyone else in the group, sorting each remaining Jedi by weakness and adjusting his approach fighter by fighter. Then the real tension arrives. The one person Vader believed was dead walks into the fight. In Vader's mind, Windu is the person who took everything from him, not the Emperor, not the Sith's centuries of planning, but the Jedi Master who tried to kill his master stood between him and saving Padme, and brought the Jedi to arrest the Chancellor. He was supposed to be dead. Instead, he announces himself with a brutal Force push that sends Vader across the
Boy,
room,
he sent that boy Vader so
burying him
goddamn
in the
hard.
rubble. As the 501st takes heavy losses, and the odds shift against them, the remaining commander attempts to summon backup. The Emperor intervenes via hologram.
Yeah, do not send back up to that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he go sit back up over there to base one dude. He's sitting their asses up. He ain't even use a lightsaber. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing to fight a Jedi or fight any Force user or Force sensitive person, but when you fighting someone that don't even have to use a weapon, when they just weaving just hand signs, weaving that motherfucker like in Naruto, bro, GG's, bro. Yeah, hell no. If they just using nothing but the Force, stopping blasters, stopping, and even look at you, and has a force field around them where the Force is literally so intact with them and their counters and everything, like their defenses is so high to the point that they don't even have to use a lightsaber, bro. GG's, bro. You're in the Star Wars universe, you're cooked.
Ordering the officer to stand down and leave the fight to Vader alone. Even on the soil of Naboo, where Anakin's heart was buried, Palpatine is still the one pulling the strings of the Sith Lord's every move. When the Dark Lord tears free, Windu is standing in front of him as if nothing happened. Vader tries the same Force throw that worked on every fighter minutes earlier, and Windu barely reacts. The Jedi Master addresses him as Skywalker, offers one chance to reveal where the captured Jedi are being held, and when Vader refuses, taunts him with his dead wife and mother in the middle of combat at Padme's own
Bro said your mama joke. He said, well, your dead mama too. God damn it. And your wife.
20 years later, Vader would handle this differently. Windu knows he's not facing that version. He's facing Anakin, still in the process of becoming Vader, with the same weaknesses the Jedi Council saw years earlier, and the Jedi Master uses every one of them. Fan films have existed for decades, often with borrowed costumes and shaky cameras. What's different here isn't the idea, it's the result. Some praise the film without reservation.
Oh, I forgot in the first one he did use real actors, and this one he just went straight digital. When we're short animated characters and stuff like that. That's fine.
Others found real technical flaws worth noting, alongside genuine admiration. Neither side changed the actual outcome. A passion project built outside any studio system earned a seat at a conversation usually reserved for productions backed by billions of dollars, not because a studio lost anything, but because a fan community decided the work had earned its place there anyway. The scene that drove those comparisons hardest was the one built entirely around a single skill: how Vader actually fights. The real story behind why his lightsaber combat became the deadliest in
Why Vader's lightsaber style was the deadliest in Star Wars? Do not fight him. Hell no, I don't fight him, bro. As soon as he started using both, bro. When he used one hand, okay. As soon as Vader started using both hands to fight you, GG's, bro. Hang that shit up. Patient bar is out the window. He's going to kill you. You're going to the afterlife, buddy. You're about to become one with the Force. But shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to Brendan Vac. Like I said, if y'all want me to react to anything else, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to join the community, it's going to be in the description, Discord, and the Twitch. I appreciate y'all checking out the video. Have a good rest of y'all night or day.